All right, let's talk about AI in 2025. Because, it's not some far off promise anymore. It's here, it's powerful, and honestly, we're at a huge crossroads. The choices we make right now, they're going to define the next decade. So let's really dig into where things stand.
So, the biggest thing you gotta get is this. AI is not a science project anymore. It's out of the lab, it's in our jobs, our communities, our phones, it's everywhere. And because of that, the whole conversation around it, what it is, what it should be, has completely flipped on its head.
And this quote really nails it. We've moved past the what if phase. All that sci-fi speculation, that's over. Now we're in the thick of the urgent hows. How do we actually govern this thing? How do we get people to trust it? And maybe most importantly, how do we make sure that its amazing benefits don't just go to a select few?
Okay, so let's start by looking at the tech itself. The new AI toolkit we have in 2025, it's not just a minor update. We're talking about a massive leap in what these systems can do. They're going from just creating stuff to actually taking action on their own. I mean, think about generative AI. It feels like just yesterday it was this cool toy for writing emails or making funny pictures, right? Well, that's not the case anymore. It's grown up. It's now more like an analytical partner, a real reasoning engine that can help us solve some seriously tough problems. And this change is happening in a few really important ways. First up is multimodality. The top models aren't just about text anymore. They can see, hear, and understand code all at the same time. Then, you've got these domain-specific models. These are AIs trained on super specialized data. Think legal documents or scientific papers, which makes them way more accurate and trustworthy for professional work. And finally, there's generative simulation. This is a huge deal for R&D because it's helping scientists and engineers test ideas and make discoveries at a speed we've just never seen before.
And all that leads to the next massive leap, which is something called agentic AI. Honestly, this might be the biggest change we're seeing this year. We're not talking about simple chatbots that just answer questions. No, this is about systems that are truly autonomous. They can look at a situation, figure out a goal, and then carry out a whole series of steps to achieve it, all with very little help from us. So what does that actually look like in the real world? Okay, imagine you have a virtual coworker. An email from a customer comes in, the AI agent reads it, figures out what they need, goes into your company's database to look up their history, and then drafts a perfect, personalized reply. It only bothers a human employee when it's a really tricky case that it can't handle. And this isn't some future fantasy. This is happening right now. It's changing how businesses operate. But, of course, all this incredible speed, it's not all smooth sailing. It comes with some serious growing pains. In fact, the faster we move, the bigger the hurdles we're running into, and we have to face them. There's no getting around it. And this phrase just says it all. Garbage in, gospel out. It really gets to the heart of a fundamental crisis in AI right now. See, the models are getting unbelievably powerful, but at the end of the day, they're only as good as the data they learn from.
And take a look at this. We're basically hitting a data wall. That huge ocean of public data on the internet, we've pretty much used it all up for training. So what does that mean? It means the next big breakthroughs will depend on getting access to really high-quality, specialized data, which is often private. And that creates a huge bottleneck, a real slowdown for innovation.
Then you've got this really tough fairness dilemma. We all know these AI models can pick up on and even amplify our own human biases, but fixing it is tricky. It's not straightforward. Sometimes, when you try to tweak a model to be more fair to different groups, its overall accuracy can actually go down. So companies are stuck with this really complex trade-off between ethics and performance.
And that brings up a giant question. Who's responsible? I mean, think about it. If an autonomous AI makes a big mistake, a really critical error, who's on the hook? Is it the person who coded it? The company that's using it? The person who gave it the final command? Right now, the legal and ethical lines here are just super blurry.
And we can't forget about the real-world physical cost of all this. Training just one of these top-tier AI models takes a staggering amount of energy. We're talking megawatt hours. That puts a huge strain on our power grids, on our infrastructure. It really makes you wonder, is this kind of growth even sustainable in the long run? Okay, so we've got these incredible new powers on one hand and these massive challenges on the other. So how does that tension actually play out in our daily lives, in our jobs? Let's talk about the new human-machine partnership. For years, the big fear was pretty simple. AI is coming for our jobs. But what we're actually seeing in 2025 is a little more nuanced.
The conversation has really shifted away from job replacement and towards job transformation. It's about augmentation, combining our human creativity and our strategic thinking with the raw analytical power and speed of AI. But, and this is a big but, this transformation is creating a new and really urgent problem. You can think of it as a huge skills chasm. The demand for people who know how to work with these AI tools is skyrocketing. At the same time, we're at serious risk of leaving a huge chunk of the workforce behind if we don't get laser focused on reskilling and education, like right now. And if you zoom out to the global stage, things get even more complicated. There's just no single rulebook everyone is following. The world is totally fragmented on this. You've got the EU, which is going for comprehensive, risk-based regulations with its AI Act. Then there's the US, which is way more hands-off, letting the market drive innovation sector by sector. And then you have China, which is using its state-controlled system to push for tech supremacy. With everyone on such different pages, getting any kind of global cooperation is, well, it's really, really tough.
So where does that leave us? This is the key takeaway. The future of AI isn't some runaway train that's just going to happen to us. It's being built brick by the choices that we are all making every single day.
And there's no way we can navigate this future if everyone stays in their own little silo. It absolutely has to be a team effort. We need policymakers to create agile, smart regulations. We need industry leaders to build this stuff responsibly from the ground up. We need the research community to double down on AI safety. And we, the public, need to demand transparency and hold it all accountable.
And that brings us to the most important point of all. The goal here can't just be to go faster and faster. It's not about acceleration for the sake of acceleration. It has to be steered acceleration. That means we have to consciously, intentionally, aim all of this incredible power towards things that actually help everyone. Things like shared prosperity, human dignity, and a better future. So, I'll leave you with this final big question. We are standing at a crossroads. Years from now, when people look back at 2025, are they going to see it as the beginning of a new renaissance, a new golden age for humanity? Or will they see it as the moment we started to descend into more division, with technology spiraling out of our control? The choice really is ours to make.